We would like to welcome you to the Odra Health Care Channel. If you have been looking for information on what foods activate brown fat cells? For those that would like to know, what foods activate brown fat cells? From our research, these are not all of the foods, but it is said that some of these foods include turmeric, green tea, chili peppers, fish oil, resveratrol, berberine, and cinnamon as well. This featured video is a compilation of videos that go more into the featured area. We have our top 3 compilation videos that we have researched and want to present to you. Also, we have provided the information to their different YouTube channels. Make sure that you visit them. Please don't copyright strike us, this is to inform, educate and entertain our audience. But first off, there are links at the bottom in the description of this video that will take you to the official page that you see here, if you are looking for some fantastic information on a weight loss supplement that is also said to target your brown fat, or what is called low brown adipose tissue, BAT. Note, as it says here, that this is said to be the real root cause of your belly fat and not diet or exercise, as you can see it says here. The featured official website or supplement is called Exapure, Weight Loss Supplement. Also, as you can see here as well, this featured supplement is said to be GMP certified. This is also said to be made in an FDA-registered facility. Made with natural ingredients. Manufactured in the USA as well. Also, the featured supplement is said to be GMO-free, as you can see here as we scroll. Now pay particular attention to here, where it shows the ingredients that this featured supplement is said to contain. Perilla, kudzu, holy basil, white Korean ginseng, amur cork bark as well, propolis, quercetin and oleuropein as well. There is much more information for you to see once you get to the official page as well. So, if you want to look more into the featured website to see the supplement for yourself, all that you have to do is just click on the links provided in this description to see more on the featured Exapure weight loss supplement. But now, let's get to our selection of videos that we have researched for what foods activate brown fat cells. We hope that you will enjoy it. Where we researched the videos from. Video number 1 is from the Health Ally YouTube channel. Video number 2 is from the Nutrition Facts Org YouTube channel. Video number 3 is from the Simland YouTube channel.
Transform your life with the help of brown fat. Brown fat, also known as brown adipose tissue, is a type of body fat that responds to cold temperatures. Brown fat produces heat, which aids in maintaining a stable body temperature in cold weather. Brown fat contains significantly more mitochondria than white fat. Fat provides energy to your body, protects your organs, promotes cell growth, regulates cholesterol and blood pressure, and aids in the absorption of essential nutrients. When you focus too much on eliminating all fat, you may deprive your body of what it requires the most. Large droplets of lipids, also known as fatty acids, are found in white fat cells. Brown fat is made up of tightly packed mitochondria that are high in iron and thus appear brown. Mitochondria in brown fat cells use sugar to produce energy, whereas white fat cells store more energy and take up more space. Exposing your body to cool, even cold, temperatures may aid in the recruitment of more brown fat cells. According to some studies, just 2 hours of daily exposure to temperatures around 19 degrees Celsius may be enough to turn recruit all fat brown. Consider taking a cold shower or an ice bath. Resveratrol, a polyphenol compound found in red wine, some herbal ingredients such as oregano, thyme, capsaicin, the spicy component of hot peppers, can help stimulate the growth of brown fat cells as well. Scientific reports noted that caffeine in coffee is another way to help induce browning features in adipose tissue. Norepinephrine, the hormone that keeps your body warm, is produced by brown fat. Brown fat contains norepinephrine receptors. When these receptors detect the hormone, they signal many mitochondria to begin producing energy, which produces warmth and aids in body temperature regulation, thus beginning the thermogenic effect and burning calories. 9 ways to get your body's brown fat to help you lose weight faster. The foods that activate this fat listed below are also healthy and nutrient-dense. Aside from eating certain foods, there are several other ways to activate your body's brown fat and lose weight faster. According to University of Iowa research, the skins of these fruits are high in arsenic acid, a compound that helps revitalize tired, aging brown fat so that it behaves as if it were energetic and young. If you eat 1 apple or pear per day, you could lose 2 pounds of body fat each month without dieting. L-arginine, an amino acid that activates this type of fat, is abundant in turkey breast. According to British research, eating 4 ounces daily could help you lose 5 pounds in 2 months. L-arginine is also abundant in peanuts. Shivering in a 58-degree house prompts this fat to convert twice as many calories as usual into heat. Is it too cold? Instead, eat 1/2 teaspoon cayenne powder or a few jalapeno slices every day. The active ingredient in peppers, capsaicin, energizes the fat in the same way that shivering does. A Swiss study found that drinking 3 12-ounce mugs of green tea daily increased brown fat burning by 5%. Green tea's antioxidants aid this fat in absorbing one of its preferred fuel sources, glucose. Green tea should be purchased in bags rather than loose leaves. According to the researchers, the finely ground tea in the bags makes it easier for the antioxidants to dissolve in water and be absorbed by your body. Apple skins are high in arsenic acid, a natural compound that helps build and strengthen muscle tissue while also stimulating the formation of new brown fat, according to new research. Taking 1 milligram of melatonin 30 minutes before lights out can prompt your brown fat to torch up to 36% more calories overnight. Melatonin ensures your fat stays active even when you're in dreamland. Fitting in 30 minutes of physical activity daily increases your calorie burn as much as 20% in 10 days, doubling your ability to slim down without a struggle. When you exercise, your muscles release an enzyme that actually turns bits of white fat into slimming, calorie-hungry brown fat. Simply carving out a little time each day from your hectic schedule to unwind could boost your brown fat calorie burn in as little as 2 weeks. How so? By tamping down your body's production of cortisol, a stress hormone that makes brown fat sluggish, according to researchers. Tip: a gentle 10-minute do-it-yourself foot rub at bedtime can cut your cortisol levels by 25% or more. Feeling chilly for 20 minutes daily can fire up your brown fat's calorie burn in as little as 24 hours, say British researchers. What's more, the more often you're exposed to bursts of cold, the more efficient your brown fat becomes at incinerating food to produce heat. To do: take cooler showers and baths, wear lighter layers outdoors and keep the temperature in your home and car on the low side. Finally, once the brown fat you were born with is performing optimally, your body responds by converting flabby white fat into this slimming calorie burner, according to a Swedish study. Creating just 2 ounces of active brown fat could increase your calorie burn by 20%. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to our social media platforms.
During World War I, it was discovered that many of the chemicals for the new explosives they were working on had toxic or even lethal effects on the workers in the munitions factories. Chemicals such as dinitrophenol, or DNP, boost metabolism so much workers were found somewhere along the road after work covered in sweat, with a temperature of 106 degrees Fahrenheit or even 109 before they die, and then even after death their temperatures keep going up like a total body meltdown. But at subacute doses, workers claim to have grown thin to a notable extent after several months working with the chemical. That got some Stanford pharmacologists excited about the promising metabolic applications of DNP. 1 dose, and a resting metabolic rate jumps up 30%, an actual fat-burning drug. People started losing weight, no apparent side effects as a result of their weight-reducing treatment. On the contrary, they felt great, until thousands of people started going blind, and users started dropping dead from hyperpyrexia, fatal fever from the heat created by the burning fat. course, it continued to be sold. Here at last is a weight-reducing remedy that will bring a figure men admire and women envy without danger to your health or change your regular mode of living. No diet, no exercise. It did work, but the therapeutic index was razor-thin, a razor-thin difference between the effective dose and the deadly dose. It was not until thousands suffered irreversible harm that it got pulled from the market, till, of course, it was brought back by the internet for those dying to be thin. There is a way our body naturally burns fat to create heat, though. When we're born, we go from a nice tropical 98.6 in our mother's womb straight to room temperature, and we're all wet and slimy. This represents a challenge for thermoregulation, for maintaining our warm body temperature. As an adaptive mechanism, the appearance of a unique organ around 150 million years ago allowed mammals to maintain our high body temperatures. That unique organ is called brown adipose tissue, or BAT, whose role is to consume fat calories by generating heat in response to cold exposure. The white fat in our bellies stores fat, but the brown fat, located up between our shoulder blades, burns fat. It's essential for the thermogenesis, the creation of heat in newborns, but is considered kind of unnecessary in adults, has been considered unnecessary, who have higher metabolic rates and increased muscle mass for shivering to warm us up if we ever get cold. So we used to think it was just kind of shrank away when we grew up. But if it was there, then it could potentially make a big difference for how many calories we burn every day, but supposedly we outgrew it. But when PET scans were invented to detect metabolically active tissues like cancer, oncologists kept finding hot spots in the neck and shoulder regions that on CT scan turned out to be not cancer, just fat. Then some observant radiologists noticed they appeared in patients mostly during the cold winter months. And when we looked closer at tissue samples taken from people who had undergone neck surgery, we found it: brown fat in adults. The common message from these studies is that BAT is present and active in adults, and the more we have, the more active it is, the thinner we are. And we can rapidly activate our fat-burning brown fat by exposure to cold temperatures. For example, you hang out in a cold room for 2 hours in your undies and put your legs on a block of ice for 4 minutes every 5 minutes, and you can elicit a marked increase in energy expenditure thanks to brown fat activation. So hey, these studies point to a potential natural intervention to stimulate energy expenditure, turn down the heat, and burn calories, and reduce your carbon footprint in the process. But thankfully for those of us who would rather not lay our bare legs on blocks of ice, our brown fat can also be activated by some food ingredients, such as those we'll cover in the next video.
Do you want to know how to get fat? What about brown fat? You actually should, because it has a ton of health benefits, and it's not your regular slabs of white fat around your waistline. Yeah, did you know that your adipose tissue is actually made up of brown fat and white fat? There's also something called beige fat. This channel is about enhancing human life through body-mind empowerment, so I decided to do some research on this topic. In this video, I'm going to explain you how to increase brown fat and how to become a fat-burning beast. What is brown fat? Our adipose tissue serves as a massive pantry for storing calories. Storing fat is actually one of the most important functions of our bodies, because otherwise we would die. Brown adipose tissue, or BAT, or just brown fat, is a part of the adipose tissue, and its main role is thermoregulation. BAT produces heat by shivering muscle, as well as non-shivering thermogenesis. It's especially abundant in newborn babies and hibernating animals, but it's also found in adult humans. White adipose tissue, or what? or WAT, or just white fat, is also a part of the adipose tissue, and its main role is to just store energy. It also acts as a thermal insulator that helps to maintain body temperature. Leptin, the satiety hormone, and asparagine, a protein hormone that releases glucose into the bloodstream, get manufactured in fat cells of white adipose tissue. When brown adipocytes contain a lot of smaller lipid droplets and a much higher count of mitochondria, then white adipocytes have only a single droplet, which reduces the ability of white fat cells to produce energy. Instead of having many nuclear reactors like the mitochondria, they only have one. The mitochondria are your cell's power generators that convert oxygen, calories, and heat into energy. They're also the ones that give brown fat its brownish beige color. As you can see, not all fat is bad. For a healthy body, you want to have both brown fat and white fat. However, turns out that white fat is also divided into two categories. Subcutaneous fat is the fat directly underneath your skin, and it's not necessarily dangerous for your health. Visceral fat is the fat surrounding your organs, and this is the harmful one. You can't see visceral fat with your bare eyes, and you may even be a skinny person, but you may still have this unhealthy, dangerous fat inside your body. Funny enough, losing subcutaneous fat, the fat around your waistline, it won't improve your biomarkers. In a study done in 2004, some patients had a liposuction surgery and instantly lost 30 pounds of subcutaneous fat. However, their cholesterol, blood sugar, or triglyceride levels didn't improve. Visceral fat is responsible for diabetes, heart disease, and high blood pressure much more than body mass index or BMI. What it means is that an unhealthy lifestyle in general will make your organs become obese.
Get in my belly!
Even when you think you look fit and have a six-pack. What it also means that if you're already overweight and have a ton of belly fat, then you also have a lot of visceral fat. There is no, I'm fat, but I'm fit.
Bullshit.
You're just lying to yourself, you're just fat. White fat isn't all bad and you need some of it. However, it's safe to say that most people have way too much of it. I'm not telling you have to become like 5% body fat year round. The idea is to just burn off this unhealthy white fat and to convert it into the much more useful and much more empowering brown fat. You have to turn into Batman. God, I just had to do this. Brown adipose tissue, Batman.
I can't do it.
God. Research has shown that brown adipose tissue has a lot of health benefits. It improves glucose metabolism and insulin sensitivity. It's important for bone density and overall health. Cold exposure activates brown fat and increases adiponectin levels, which are proteins that are associated with increased lifespan in centenarians. High concentrations of adiponectin is also linked with lower levels of C-reactive protein and better metabolic indicators. BAT activation through cold exposure also upregulates fibroblast growth factor 21 or FGF21, which improves longevity. Cold exposure increases irisin, which improves insulin sensitivity, quality of bone mass, and helps to convert white fat into brown fat. Brown fat improves heart health thanks to lowering cholesterol and triglyceride levels. It's also thought that brown fat can take up the triglycerides circulating the bloodstream and burn them off as fuel. Brown fat works almost like muscle tissue. It burns more calories than white fat does, produces energy, generates heat, and sometimes even burns subcutaneous fat for fuel. There's also something called beige fat, which is white fat that has been transformed into fat that looks and behaves similar to our Batman fat. It's like the dying grace of our visceral fat that went over to the dark side and became more brown. Oh my god! The Dark Knight is real!
I'm Batman.
Where is brown fat located? Brown fat is found the most in between the shoulder blades, surrounding the kidneys, the neck, upper chest, and along the spinal cord. Beige fat is distributed throughout the entire adipose tissue. So some brown fat can be found spread throughout your entire body, but stimulating those regions specifically will make you convert more brown fat. So how do you increase brown fat? You probably have guessed it by now. Cold exposure.
Tonight's forecast, a freeze is coming.
Cold forces your body to generate more heat to maintain a stable temperature. Bat fat literally starts burning calories to keep you more warm. That's why you start shivering when you're cold, because otherwise you would freeze to death.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
You should start wearing fewer clothes overall so you could improve your body's inner thermoregulation and burn some fat while you're at it.
Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Taking a cold shower for at least a few minutes is also an amazing daily habit for your health and mindset. Ice baths or cold pools should also be done as a regular thing. It's gonna boost your immune system and make you feel empowered. Winter swimming is next level and you shouldn't do it without supervision, but it's gonna turn all of that fat into bat fat.
Alright, everyone, chill.
Exercise. Being physically active can also increase brown fat activity, but it also has positive effect on the other hormones that improve your body composition. Both aerobic and anaerobic training improve mitochondrial density, leading to better energy production. And combining going for a run with a cold weather would be a great strategy.
Strategery.
Get more sleep. Not sleeping properly makes you gain weight and increases blood sugar levels. Melatonin, the sleep hormone, can also affect brown fat. In one study, rats who had higher melatonin also had more activated brown fat. By day, he burns white fat. At night, he converts bat fat. You should definitely improve your sleep hygiene by blocking out blue light in the evening and establish a habitual waking up cycle. And to know about these strategies, get my free ebook Body Mind Empowerment Handbook. What to eat to increase brown fat? Brown fat increases your body's ability to produce its own energy. This means improved burning of your own fat stores and better metabolism. One key ingredient to this is leptin. Leptin is the hormone that controls your hunger signaling. When you eat, you should release leptin and send a satiety signal to your brain telling that you've received enough calories. Being overweight increases leptin levels so that you would start eating less. If you have less body fat, then the brain gets lower amounts of leptin and will thus make you more hungry. However, you can also develop leptin resistance, which means that the brain, it doesn't get the message that it's time to stop eating. You'll continue to overeat because your body doesn't know whether or not you've already have enough fat. Leptin resistance is closely linked with insulin resistance. Insulin resistance stops your cells from taking in glucose from the bloodstream. Excess sugar consumption leads to leptin resistance. Eating a very high fructose diet with over 60% of your calories coming from fruit can also cause leptin resistance. Reducing your lectin consumption will improve leptin sensitivity. Lectins are protective compounds found in plants that can cause gastrointestinal issues, inflammation, and autoimmune conditions. Foods high in lectins are beans, grains, and nightshade. Instead, you can consume some ursolic acid. It can improve glucose tolerance while increasing brown fat. Foods that contain ursolic acid include cranberries, blueberries, plums, prunes, and herbs. Apple skins in particular seem to have a ton of ursolic acid. So when you're eating apples, then you should eat the skin, not the flesh, because flesh is just fructose, whereas all the minerals and vitamins are in the skin.
10 apples up on top.
Now, I'm gonna share with you some secret ways of increasing brown fat. They aren't directly linked to this, but they're still connected to BAT activation. It's been found that the deacetylation by the SIRT1 protein causes the browning of white adipose tissue. Sirtuins regulate stressors and longevity of the cells. SIRT1 is down-regulated by insulin resistance. SIRT1 stimulates autophagy, which is the cell's inner cleaning mechanism. So how do you increase SIRT1 expression? Resveratrol increases SIRT1 activity, but not directly. Foods high in resveratrol are the skin of grapes, blueberries, raspberries, and red wine. And yet again, you can see that the skin is where the nutrients are at. You have to get your skin in the game. A compound called quercetin can also trigger sirtuins. It's the medicinal component of many medicinal plants, and it's found in foods like capers, lavage, onions, citrus fruit, apples, green leafy vegetables, and berries. DHA on omega-3 supplementation has been shown to reverse the reduction of SIRT1 genes in rats with brain injury. Caloric restriction activates sirtuins and increases lifespan. Intermittent fasting puts you into ketosis and makes you directly burn fat for fuel. This can help you convert what fat into bat fat. WTF fat!
Woohoo! Look at that blubber fly!
As you can see, all fat is not the the same. And it's not that you can be healthy while just focusing on increasing brown fat.
Batman. 1 apple. Up on top.
You know, I just take a cold shower and go to the sauna and I'll be fine.
2 apples.
Don't bullshit me.
Your body is a huge super organism with all of its functions being connected to each other. What you eat determines the composition of your adipose tissue. What activities you do will influence how you'll be using that fat. How you treat your physiology affects the state of your psychology. And it all starts from the micro level. The mitochondria are very tiny, but yet they control almost everything that goes on inside you. But thanks for watching this video. Make sure you click the like, click the subscribe notification bell as well. Thanks for watching. My name is Seem.
Cool party.
Stay bat fat, stay empowered.
Now, once again we would like to thank you for watching our top 3 videos for what foods activate brown fat cells. Hit that like button and that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. Also remember that we have links below in the video description that will take you to the official page that you see here, for some fantastic information on a weight loss supplement that is also said to target your brown fat, or what is called low brown adipose tissue, BAT. Note, as it says here, that this is said to be the real root cause of your belly fat and not diet or exercise, as you can see it says here. The featured official website or supplement is called Exapure, Weight Loss Supplement. Also, as you can see here as well, this featured supplement is said to be GMP certified. This is also said to be made in an FDA-registered facility. Made with natural ingredients. Manufactured in the USA as well. Also, the featured supplement is said to be GMO-free, as you can see here as we scroll. Now pay particular attention to here, where it shows the ingredients that this featured supplement is said to contain: perilla, kudzu, holy basil, white Korean ginseng, amur cork bark as well, propolis, quercetin and oleuropein as well. There is much more information for you to see once you get to the official page as well. So, if you want to look more into the featured website to see the featured supplement for yourself, all that you have to do is just click on the links provided in this description to see more on the featured Exapure weight loss supplement.